Friday noon at the Southern Wall Archaeological Park next to the Temple Mount. Above you can hear the Muslim muezzin preaching and praying at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Behind it is the Dome of the Rock, a whole complex so sacred for the Muslims. But 2,000 years ago, this area looked completely different. This was the focal point of Jewish culture. Above stood the temple, and here all the pilgrims would convene, purify in the purifying facilities, purchase the offering, and then ascend up these very steps and through the Hulda gates enter the Temple Mount to give the sacrifice to the priest who will burn them in their name. One of the most interesting and impressive parts of the archaeological site of the Southern Wall are its corner against the Western Wall and the big Herodian street level of 2,000 years ago that was exposed here. Above it, it turns out, in the 19th century, Edward Robinson noticed the beginning of an arch that is named after him, Robinson's Arch, and now we understand that its other end was a huge complex of an interchange which originally looked like this. In clearing the debris of the corner of the Southern Wall and the Western Wall, Mazar made an amazing discovery, a stone that was originally the top cornerstone, some sort of a railing, but on its inner part, one can notice a niche, big enough for one person to stand, and on top of it, an inscription that says this niche is reserved to the trumpeting department of the Temple Mount. Meaning this, when it was up on the top, was the very spot where the priests used to stand and blow the trumpets or the shofars to let people know of holidays and Shabbat coming in. For me personally, perhaps the most exciting, emotional moment in a tour of this site is seeing this, well, rubble. A pile of stones, but these stones were originally the upper parts of the Western Wall. And it was the Romans who destroyed this with much zeal in their eyes to destroy Jerusalem on that heated summer of year 70. To this day, Jews fast and mourn on the day that it happened, the 9th day in the month of Av. This is the actual destruction layer that they are mourning about. This is the actual ash from the fall of Jerusalem and its destruction.